Alright, what's up guys? So, yeah, I'm super late on reacting to this video. I'm so behind with Ray's videos. I don't know what's up. I almost dropped my phone, but I don't know what's up with that. Like, I remember I used to be like on point with reacting to her videos, but I know I'm gonna try to like get through a lot of her videos and stuff. Overall, just like throughout the just up and coming months and things. So if you see me reacting to her a lot, then yeah. But anyway, she uploaded a video almost a year ago titled "Keemstar is coming for me." Now I did see like when all this stuff was going down, but I didn't like overall like watch it. I just knew like Keemstar was just being weird once again. And yeah, then Ray just overall had another content creator coming after her and stuff. But anyways, yeah, this video is titled "Keemstar is coming for me." So yeah, let's go ahead and check this video out, see what's going down and things, but or what had went down at one point in time. But guys, make sure y'all go subscribe to Ray's channel. This is her channel, Hot Tea. She has a personal channel called Ray Rahimi, and then a business channel called Build Your Pocket. And yeah, and that being said, let's full screen this. Check this out. See what was going on last year. This happened during my birthday month too. I was like, dang.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So, Keemstar reached out to me. And at first I just thought
he reached out.
I just thought he wanted to like get a little comment in. My team and I have just been like tweeting about Keemstar, which reminds me, follow us on Twitter, HotTYT, if you want like funny little tweets about all the tea. But basically, I just thought he was like trolling like always, but apparently not, because he sent a video and I just thought I would share the video with you guys. He apparently watched the video that we made on For Sure Paid Us on his podcast and disagrees with a couple of things that I had to say on the video. So I asked him to elaborate and he didn't really, so let's just watch the video together.
Ethan Klein is a f***ing coward. The reason why he doesn't want Gabby Hanna on is not because he doesn't want to offend Trisha. Let's be real.
I maybe should have. I just seen this and was all like, okay, let me see. So like, there's a part. This is like when you go, like your friends invite you to the movies and all like, hey, let's go see this movie that's coming out. I'm like, all right, cool, chill. And then all these things that's happening. It's like, whoa, wait a minute, time out. When was this all established? So like, oh yeah, that was in the first film. Like, which one is this? This is the 7th one. So that's where I'm currently at mentally with this video. But anyway, I'll get caught up. But anyways.
Motherfucker's been throwing a lot of daggers at Trisha ever since the breakup of the podcast. I mean, that's literally insane. But the real reason why he wouldn't have Gabby Hanna on is because Gabby Hanna's going to bring up the point when you were saying Keemstar had bad takes on mental health, and then 10 minutes later in the same exact podcast, Ethan Klein says, maybe we should give an award to Gabby Hanna for the biggest mental breakdown. I mean, we're talking about a hypocritical fucking open bar buffet salad. It's all right there. But there's wars, right? And there's sides, and there's like these biased opinions, and there's these groups. You know, of course, I got the guys and the gamer bros on my side who hate all of you, literally you, all the T channels, Ethan, you guys.
I just, because I play video games. I've been playing video games ever since I was like maybe like 3 or 4. I don't hate Ray. I don't think I ever have hated Ray. I have to say, ever since I've known Ray, I have had no hate in my heart towards her. So I would imagine I would be considered a gamer since I have like multiple gaming channels, a streaming channel, like just all these different things. I would imagine that, yeah, because I play video games. I'm just saying, like, I don't hate Ray or her channels or anything. I have no hate for anybody, honestly, but yeah, I'm like, I would be so confused by this video. I guess, like, if you, like, overall, like, if I had just, wouldn't have just reacted to, like, seeing the videos leading up to this one, then it would have made more sense. But, yeah, I'm like, huh, all right. I just, I just don't get when people, they, like, speak for, like, like, other people, and it's like, I know he ain't speaking for me, but I'm just saying, it's like, I feel like that's kind of going a little bit too far out there. But anyways.
Straight trash. Right, and then of course you got your whole side where you can't look at anything unbiased either. I mean, it's just a big fat joke. I mean, you guys operate your opinions based on emotion.
He's just been walking around that pool though.
Logic. So I would love to sit down and have a fight. debate and destroy every single one of you motherfuckers because you're actually
Like, I guess, like, that, I never really paid attention to when Keemstar, when he does these types of videos, like, he just walks in a circle. like me, if I want to be doing this, like, I'm at least gonna be, like, walking, like, down the street, so I just got, like, more recording space and things, but I mean, hey, like, you know, you just you do what you can, okay? You do what you can, but I was like, it just dawned to me. I'm like, fam, he's been circling a lot. Like, what's the deal?
legitimately stupid.
And so my team and I had a little discussion about it. So here's a little clip of the little discussion. So this video that he sent me, what was it about? Because I'm just very confused. What we said on this channel that like ticked him off so much that he felt the need to send this video calling me stupid, literally.
Yeah.
All T channels stupid.
You're actually legitimately stupid.
So
He's a T channel.
he's a T channel.
Technically, yeah.
Off, and like we'll get into this in a second.
Like, yeah, because I mean, here's the thing, because I know when, just I guess, so like from my point of view, when I would watch hot tea videos, I'm watching it to get like caught up with, like, because there have been times like when people will ask me about certain content creators and I have no idea what they're talking about. So like my thing is this: if I don't know them, I'm just like, okay, I don't know them. But like I come here, it's like watching the news. It's like watching, ain't no different than that. So I'm like, I don't see an issue with T channels. Like, I guess if there's T channels out there spreading lies and rumors and they only, you know, doing things to benefit themselves, that's never been the situation with Ray. I'm like, how, as far as I see it, Ray is no different than any other content creator. She is just here entertaining people, having fun. I'm saying, like, making the best out of what she has. I'm saying, and it's turning into not even turning into, it is a good thing. So, like, yeah, and there's never been a time where, like, I've watch one of Ray's videos, because there have been times like with certain creators that she talks on, like I'll look up and they're just like, fam, okay, like she's saying the same thing literally everybody else is saying. So like it's stuff like that where I just feel like people have that assumption, or they try to accuse somebody of like being something or doing something. It's like, if you don't really know them, it's like you can't really make that accusation. You can't really like make this like first impression up of like hot tea, her team, and you know her herself. You can't make up like this assumption if you don't really like, because I feel like if Keemstar would have like really just sat down, like the times I've talked with Ray, it's like it's always just been a, you know, just like we're having fun with the conversation. It's like it's never been somewhere it's like we've had an argument or debated or anything. Like honestly, I have to say like Ray is probably one of the dopest content creators I've met through YouTube. So I just think, like, you know, if you sit down and take the time to actually know the person rather than, like, oh, let me just find this one video, make a video about them, calling them stupid, or, you know, just saying or doing whatever. It's like, fam, like, where is that gonna lead you besides in a video like this where she's honestly gonna expose this man? But anyways, like, and I'm not trying to sound like, because I know people gonna probably be thinking, like, oh, you're, you know, a hot tea fanboy or whatever. I'm like, fam, I've been in situations like this, so I understand. And that's why I said, it's like you actually sit down and take the time to know a person. It's like you ain't gonna be talking crazy like that. But anyways,
adds in these like subconscious like misogynistic remarks here and there. What's the difference between a T channel and like a news reporting channel?
Exactly.
Call yourself. Is it just the name, or is it just
the
because,
name?
like, I'm a girl?
I think it's because you're a girl.
He provided such a strict divide between us and them being the
because yeah, that can be the case too. Because I'm like, I don't know. I remember when Scares, he didn't really talk on Scares. Scares didn't. No, I'm trying to think, because that's like he does news. I think it's just the T channel stuff. I think a lot of people out there, they just have like their hatred towards T channels for whatever reason. And yeah, I think his, you know, that's what I've seen. But anyways,
the boys, and us being the T girls.
Of course, I got the guys and the gamer bros on my side who hate all of you.
Yeah.
Literally you, all the T channels, Ethan. You guys are straight trash, right? And then of course you got your whole side where you can't look at anything unbiased either. I mean, it's just a big fat joke. I mean, you guys operate your opinions based on emotion, not facts. We do facts and logic.
The gamer boys are the people who speak from facts and logic, and we're emotional. That's what pissed me off. You know, I wasn't going to like accept his debate or chat proposal until he said this, because I was like, fam, we'll see who's gonna be the emotional one here. But you know, of course, he slightly may have chickened out at the very last second, which I get. I mean, like, I'm not an easy target. I'm kind of like hard to debate with, so I understand if you wouldn't want to go through that.
Who's the one sending direct video messages? Like, his feelings are clearly hurt or something. He walked around.
I know, right? Yeah. I'm glad she noticed it too. But yeah, I feel like that the person that's being emotional is the person that's throwing the first punch. I'm saying at the end of the day, I feel like that. And I know people will probably be all like, oh, well, you know, Hot Tea, she threw the first punch. She'd start talking. This is what she does. Like, she not throwing the first punch, but it's like, what, like, her doing her, like, you know, her weekly or just overall her just reporting on news. It's like, that's what her, like, content creating job, like, that's what she does. That's her thing. I'm like, it's no different than you. And I feel like that Keemstar has most likely been in the same situation, the same scenario, where it's like he's done a video talking on somebody and they've reached out to him and called them a bunch of... It's like, what has he done? Exactly what they're doing right now, sitting down and laughing about it. So it's like, you would think... I think, like, well, yeah, he obviously does see some difference between his channel and T channels, but it's like, fam, there's no difference. It's literally the same thing, okay? So, like, I just think, like, yeah, he maybe should have sat down and, you know, when he was walking around that pool, he should have, like, you know, thought that one through. But anyways.
Like, yelled at us, basically.
All right, so what's with this Ethan versus Keem situation? Because I think a lot of people are confused on that.
So
I'm gonna assume, like, well, overall, like, no, what's going on right here? I do think that Keemstar did at one point, from what I've seen, because I've watched Keemstar's videos and stuff, but from what I've seen, I think he talked about him at one point in time when Ethan had got caught up in some stuff. And Keemstar just, you know, he spoke from emotion. He spoke like, I like how, like, I just noticed, like, the things underneath the names and stuff. But anyways. But no, he overall, like, you know, talked on Ethan. Ethan got mad about it. And then from there, they just have had this ongoing beef. From what I've seen, allegedly. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just going based off of what I've seen. Maybe there is a deeper meaning behind it. Maybe there is some other stuff. But anyways.
to really pinpoint when all this beef started between H3 and Keem, we gotta go all the way back to the one podcast episode they did together. You know, they were trying to be cordial, they were trying to be fun together, but you can tell, like, there's tension. Also,
yeah.
Ethan was making a lot of comments about, like, oh, you're the most hated person on YouTube, Keem. Like, how does it feel? I guess that didn't sit well with Keem. I'm not sure exactly what happened. It must have been, like, just an accumulation of a lot of little stuff that Keem started posting photos of horses to H3 on Twitter. Now, more recently, this guy named Some Ordinary Gamer came out with this video just criticizing Ethan on his hypocrisy and all that stuff, like, full of evidence. And H3 made, like, a rebuttal to that, where he just disproved everything that he said, and Some Ordinary Gamer was like, oh, you're right, you know what, your points make sense, like, I'm so sorry for making the video originally. But Keem really liked that video, I guess. He was like, oh, this is a perfect video, like, exposing his hypocrisies and everything.
I think I remember that. I think I do remember that.
About how Ethan was going through a lawsuit, not this one, the one they had, like, before. It was a copyright and fair use lawsuit, so a lot of YouTubers felt personally attacked by this lawsuit, so they decided to raise money for Ethan's, you know, case, for his lawyers and everything. So Keem, what he's saying, he started this rumor that it was basically fraudulent. Ethan didn't have that. Like, he was like, this is crazy. This is where the huge beef starts. Like, beef city, baby. Like, steak beef. Ethan started this series, basically this whole documentary called The Content Nuke, of every single shitty thing that Keemstar has done. And that got a little crazy because through those videos, he was able to get a lot of Keemstar's sponsors to just leave him. Like G
wow.
Fuel, I think, left him, which was like his main sponsor. So the content nuke really riled up Keemstar. I think he's been waiting to do something to Ethan that is legal and also permitted by YouTube. So right now, what he's doing is technically not violating any YouTube guidelines.
And the thing is, I'm not necessarily pro Ethan either, right? Like, yeah, I've said I think he's funny in a couple of videos, but I'm not sitting here trying to like defend the out of Ethan.
You're not a foot soldier.
So it just doesn't make sense that he starts his video off talking about like why Ethan did this wrong. I don't care, man. And I'm not necessarily against Keemstar either. I said it in the group as well, like, I have a soft spot for Keem because he defended me when Prisha Paytas was, like, copyright striking the out of my channel, right? All these years.
That's how I was like, yeah. I'm like, it's crazy. It's crazy to think that was, like, what? Like, that was a few years ago. Dang, that's it. Like, time be flying, but... no, I do remember that. I definitely remember that. Like, no, that was actually for those that are like new to like, if you just recently subscribed or like if you watch like these videos but you didn't know. That's how I actually found out about like Hot Tea Ray and just, you know, overall her like all like her channels and stuff. Yeah, it was like that situation went down. It's like she would do those like paying for like Patreon and paying for OnlyFans. I think it was her Patreon. And, yeah, it was, yeah, she straight up, like, it's like the highest tier, and I think it was, like, what, it was $500, I think, from what I remember. I was like, fam, it's like, Ray, she handled it a lot better than I did. I've been on, like, freaking YouTube video stream. I was still, to this day, if I never would have got my money back, I still, to this day, would have been tripping about that, so.
I've been trying to, like, stay more lenient on him, but it's getting more and more difficult to defend him, especially with the mental health stuff and the way that he just talks about women, the way he talks about his girlfriend. I don't know. I think.
Oh yeah, didn't like Keemstar? He had like some or is she talking? I think she's talking on. Yeah, she's talking on Keemstar. I think it was like that's at that time like Keemstar was like bragging about how he was dating some like 20-year-old like woman and things. And I'm like, did we ever see her? Like I'm trying to. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back in videos, but I'm like I don't remember, but. Hey, I'm like, it's, you know, to just eliminate, like, probably that conversation of people going out saying, like, oh, you're a single old man or whatever. Yeah, he most likely, that's probably why he started talking on that. But anyways.
And Keem have done, like, some fucked up shit in the past, have said some fucked up shit in the past. I think everyone just needs to, like, take accountability and then stop reusing the old things over and over again. Because there's so many videos also of Ethan saying, like, fucked up shit.
I think that Keemstar's infractions, I guess, are objectively so much worse than anything that Ethan has done.
I think Ethan would just push a joke too far.
And I also saying that somebody can't be essayed because, like, in the mouth, because, like, oh, I don't get the physics.
You
don't have to.
What?
Horrifying that his, like, audience of like primarily young men are just out there thinking that that's not possible.
Yeah.
When I saw that,
I just, yeah, I think that there are some creators out there where it's like they know that if they get to like a high status that they see themselves as like a king or a god or something. And I, like, the thing is like, I know it's going to be at a point in time where I'm at that same status. And it's like, who I am right now with, like, 28,000 subscribers is going to be the same person I'm going to be when I have, like, 28 million subscribers. And I'm not going to be, like, putting out, like, if I know that there's things out there that hurts people. And I think that is so dope to, like, be able to be, like, such a small creator in the UC. But I just think, like, also, like, me having a brain, I should know the right and wrongs and, like, you know, what content creating. And I know, like, pushing out that message of, like, you know, some, like, messed up message thinking, like, oh, yeah, certain things is okay, even though, like, the whole world literally says no to it. Yeah, I just, yeah, I think that there's some creators out there that just don't really... There's still like that. There's still that immature like person in them. Like they just pretty much like blew up like kind of too fast when it came to, like to content creating and stuff. So, but anyways,
I like didn't know what to do with myself because I was so mad and I felt like I needed to educate him and scream at him. I didn't know how to do that.
Tried to do that, would just say you're speaking from emotions. When in reality,
Keemstar, you go on Twitter and yell at everybody for 2 minutes at a time.
Well, what is it called when it's a man?
Are you kidding?
You can't call it hysterical when it's a man.
Oh, it's just like, I feel like, you know, for us, like, it's like, oh, he raging, he, like, you know, he's going, like, it's stuff like that where it's like, yeah, it's like, I see that, I do know this stat where it's like, you know, it's like, oh, it's a man can go out and, you know, talk on some stuff, and it's like, nobody doesn't really, they either just call it raging, or they just don't know what to call it. And it's like, yeah, for a woman, it's like, then they're all like, oh, she's, yeah, you know, speaking from emotions, or she's emotional right now, or it's like, it's, you know, it's whatever, like, name or, like, title they try to give it in things. But I'm like, it's one and the same, don't matter. It's like, man, woman, man, you know, freaking dog or cat. Like, it doesn't necessarily, well, to me, I just don't see it as like, okay, like, you know, like, this for a man, there's, you know, he's just raging. Like, no, it's like Keemstar, he has spoke from emotion numerous times. I feel like that, I guess, like, from what I've seen and noticed so far, it's like, I guess, like, when it's a serious matter, you know, sometimes, like, you'll see where, like, a woman will, like, cry, like, depending on, like, what it is. And then for, like, a guy, he's just, you know, he's just yelling or going off. So, like, they do see this, like, I do feel like that there is a major thing. No, they said it. It's like, where it's like, yeah, it's like, you know, for a guy, it's whatever. But it's like, for a girl, it's like, you know, it's just, it's the word I'm trying to find. It was like right there. I'm gonna just move on, because I'm like, I had like an idea of what I was getting ready to say, and then it just, I've been doing that a lot lately. I don't know if I'm like getting old or something. I'm 25, bro. Like, I'm turning 20. I'm telling you, 26. I'm gonna need to see what this year is gonna be like. Like, mentally, I was getting ready to say something. So I'm just gonna move on. We're gonna cut that whole part out. I didn't even say none of that stuff. So we just gonna keep going.
And it's just, then he's just spitting facts because it's him.
Yeah.
The difference between the two, in my opinion, is how each of them have moved forward and, like, acknowledged it, reacted to it, and, like, changed. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'm not aware of any type of, like, acknowledgement. Yes, I said this, it was messed up, and here's how, or tell me how I can change. I want to do better. He's never in the wrong.
Even in the circumstances, I remember that whole, like, mouth essay thing. In the circumstances where he's like, oh, tell me if I'm wrong, and a bunch of people tell him that he's wrong, and then just nothing happens after that. So it's like, okay, either that didn't help change your mind.
I feel like the only way for things like that to be fixed is if a bigger creator than Ethan comes out and says something. And it's either going to be one of two situations where Ethan, he apologizes, he takes accountability, and he apologizes for what he says, or he's just going to try to, like, milk the situation for as many views as he possibly can. And I think that it'll be something like that where it's like, he'll probably have, like, a, you know, his team, like, you know, because it's like, yes. And that's the thing where I feel like that, you know, like, not like, I was about to, like, say something, and I was just like, let me, like, I'm not saying for all teams, but I feel like in situations like that, like, he'll get, like, his team to, like, all come together and brainstorm, and it's like, fam, at the end of the day, it's like, we're all focused on you. We're not focused on, like, you know, it's like, you shouldn't drag in your team along with some stuff, like, and I'm just saying, like, I'm not speaking for all teams, because I feel like Ray and her friends will see this video, and I'm like, look, I'm not speaking on you guys. I'm speaking on this situation, okay? Please do not come after me. I like you. I like, no, you guys is chill. I like you guys. But I'm just saying, like, in his situation, he'll try to, like, drag in his team. But it's like, at the end of the day, we're all focused in on you. So it's like, you guys speak for yourself on this situation. But anyways.
Or you didn't change your mind.
I feel like Ethan says so many things. I don't know if it's so many things, but he just, like, makes it clear that he has empathy and emotion and is like a human who is developing over time with the rest of us. And Keemstar just seems so still for a 39-year-old man.
In the name of logic and trying.
Hey, he's 39. I thought he was in his 40s.
He almost like dives deeper into whatever he's wrong about just to push it further until he feels like he's said it the loudest and therefore is right.
He did say in his latest podcast episode about his, like, views on mental health, he says I think he says I have some fucked up views on mental health, but I'm trying to learn about it. So that's the only acknowledgement that I think he's made. But this was like literally yesterday.
Props to him for acknowledging it. I'm not gonna sit there and trash. Like even now to this day, if Keemstar was to even now sit down and be like, yeah, I'm humbling myself down to earth and saying that I've messed up, I would listen to him. He seems to think that channels that...
Yeah, but it's like the question is, though, does he mean it? Is he saying that just so he could get some hate and some tension off his back? Or does he... Because, look, I've been in content creating for, like, going on 12 years now. I see when people, when they're doing things, you know, just at that moment, like if they're coming out with an apology video and they're like, hey, sorry, didn't mean to, and they go right back to doing some crazy and wild stuff. Like if they get much more, because it's like, I feel like in some cases, it's like when creators, when they do that, because it's like you see it in the music industry, you see, they'll do that wild thing. They'll come and they'll see like how many followers they gain from that wild thing, and then they come out with this apology video to make it seem like that it's like I'm not, you know, I'm not this bad guy that you guys are painting out, I'm sorry, I ain't me, and they just turn right back around and do some more wild stuff. So that's why I'm like, if he means it, then it's like, okay, he means it. But if not, then it's like, fam, just brace yourself for the next time he does some stuff to gain followers or whatever. Because I'm saying, at the end of the day, it's like, I feel like people, you know, like, there's some, like, creators or just overall, like, you know, yeah, just some creators out there where it's like, they'll, you know, they're only doing things, like, for the attention and stuff. So, anyways.
From emotion are just, like, below him.
Your name is called Drama Alert.
It's physically impossible for anybody to not have a bias. That bias, in one way or another, is going to be represented. And I like to think that we give you the facts and the screenshots and the evidence, and then we give our opinion so that you know where we stand and you can make your decision accordingly, right?
Yeah, we freaking Fox News is biased, you know? Like,
true.
I don't even feel like we're biased, though, to a point where we're telling anybody how to feel or that anything that we're saying is fact. We're putting it out there. We're not, like, skewing it in any way. The most that we do is throw in, like, an opinion or two about something, because sometimes things you can't stay quiet about. But I think, like, generally, we're pretty fair.
The majority of our videos, Ray is just reading straight up quotes, and then we'll give her little commentary piece.
On that same topic, like, I tried to be very unbiased on like a Gabby Hanna video. People came for me. People were like, you can't be unbiased in a situation like this. If you're not anti-Gabby, you're this, and that.
Yeah.
Like, I literally cannot win. I can't win on the internet.
It's a struggle. Like, yeah, it's like just, yeah, being on the internet. It's like you have, and the only people are saying that, it's like, yeah, it's like Gabby Hanna haters and stuff. Because, like, no, Gabby has some haters and things. And then when they see others talking on her, it's like you have to, like, I guess, like, you have to put out that message. Like, you can't just be like, okay, I'm not on this side. I'm not on this side. I'm just talking from my point of view and what I'm seeing. And people are like, no, you gotta hate this person. You got, and I'm like, fam, like, I've seen that. I've dealt with that myself. It's like, I remember when I was beefing with the one guy, the racist guy that was like from years ago. And, yeah, people was all like, you know, like saying how like, oh, you know, we hate him and all that. I'm like, I don't hate the guy. I just don't support the message that he's putting out there where it's like, oh yeah, you know, like us black people have to hate white people for no reason. And it's like, fam, they've done nothing to me besides like, yeah, the racist ones. I'm like, okay, then I'm going to mess with the racist ones. But like, friends that I grew up with, like content creators that I'm friends with, I'm like, I'm not going to, you know, like hate them and stuff, like for whatever reason and things. I'm like, especially if they've never done nothing to me. So that's why I think it's stuff like that where it's like, fam, you know, like you're putting out the, or it's like just the fans like putting out that message where I have to hate them, and it's like, I'm not gonna hate them, I'm just not gonna support the stuff that they're saying. I do think at some point in time, like if they just, you know, change like mentally and just overall do better in life, I think it is possible, you know, to like somewhat like that person, like, or just all the way just, yeah, just straight up just like that person and be like, oh, okay, you know, they're cool, they're chilled now and stuff. So you don't have to like necessarily like hang out with them or support them, but it's like, bro, have some respect for them. It's like Gabby Hanna, Keemstar, Ethan. It's like, yeah, it's like you don't have to support their messages, you don't have to support, but it's like just have that respect to where you're not gonna be saying some crazy and wild stuff to them or trying to put out this crazy and wild message about them and stuff. So, but anyways.
Speaking of Gabby, I also wanted to touch on Keemstar mentioning on his podcast that all the T channels are so anti-Gabby. I don't think he's watched any other video than that one video that I made about him. I have gotten so much hate on my channel for defending Gabby.
Because like people don't like people. There's certain people out there that just they'll see that initial like the initial like video, like the thumbnail and the title, and they assume based off of that, and then based off of the comments, like, oh, well, I know everything I need to know about this video, and then yeah, they don't, and it's like, fam. People in the comments, it's like you can read. So like, let's say you click on a video with like 10,000 views and it has 100 comments. You can't base those 100 comments because those 100 comments can probably be talking on like the middle portion of the video or the beginning portion or the end portion. They're not talking on the whole video. There's like maybe very few people in the, you know, content creating world that does that. And that's why I love doing reaction videos, because I'm like, I'm able to talk on all parts. People know how I feel on the situation. So that's, I see this as more, it's like me leaving a comment, you know, or a video comment or whatever. But yeah, it's like there's people out there that they don't watch it. They just go based off of like comments. I know. Well, then again, because I'm like, I've done that too. But it's like it was about me though. Like people was leaving comments like about me, and it's like they were kind of like spoiling the video. So I guess I have done that. I have watched, or I have like talked on things and haven't watched the video. So okay, I'm throwing myself under the bus for that one. So okay, I'll admit I'm at fault for that. My bad.
I have like 20 videos on her, but half of it is defending her. Because it depends on the situation. When it comes to, I honestly like think with the Trisha Paytas situation, Gabby is 100% on the right. I think Trisha Paytas was just being a mean girl to her. But he just loves to generalize T channels into one, so he can fit it into his narrative that like T channels are bad, but like Drama Alert is good.
Same thing.
It's such a bad rep, and it's like we're just people like just talking about internet stuff. It's not that deep until it is. Until we're talking about crimes.
It's not like we're spying and like sneaking. It's like things that these creators put out there themselves, and then we just talk about it. So it's like, what are we doing?
There's this association with gossip. It's the same thing he's doing. It's still reporting, but I always say, along with reporting, I'm also a commentary channel. Obviously now we're trying to like kind of push down a little bit on the commentary, but it's still going to be there, and I don't think we can ever completely eliminate it.
And I don't think you should, because it humanizes you to your, you know, to the audience.
Yeah.
Right? Like adding in comments.
Having said that, I would have loved to hear him out. I would have loved to do a debate. He did apologize slightly for the mental health comments, but it was it was in passing in a Trisha Paytas podcast, you know? Nobody who actually wants to find that.
Well, that's my garage. I was like, okay, so I'm about to end this video because something's going on outside. But anyways.
Find out where it is. So I think he needs to like genuinely like sit down and talk about these and acknowledge the things that he said, because he keeps saying, oh yeah, I've had a terrible past. Have you acknowledged it? Like, people are still going to bring up the terrible past if you never apologize for your terrible past.
And if it's not in the past too, like if your actions haven't changed, it doesn't matter. It's like you can't just say, yeah, I'm really fucked up, but at least I've said that I'm fucked up. Like that doesn't like like it doesn't fix anything.
Okay, I'm gonna play the thing.
The reason why he doesn't want Gabby Hanna on is not because he doesn't want to offend Trisha. Let's be real. Motherfucker's been throwing a lot of daggers.
This was such a short comment in a video where I talked about Ethan should have Gabby on his podcast. And he's starting off the video with that. I'm not that passionate about it.
And he's also like, he's missing the main picture and the big point of the video itself.
I asked him to elaborate on how am I misstating the facts. This is what he said. This was the biggest misstatement in the video. And it's literally like just a guess as to why Ethan Klein doesn't have Gabby on the podcast. Very, very like minuscule detail, not what we care about.
An assumption.
Exactly, it's just an assumption.
But the real reason why he wouldn't have Gabby Hanna on is because Gabby Hanna's going to bring up the point where you were saying Keemstar had bad takes on mental health, and then 10 minutes later in the same exact podcast, Ethan Klein says, Maybe we should give an award to Gabby Hanna for the biggest mental breakdown. I mean, we're talking.
Ethan made an insensitive joke. Nobody's perfect. We all just make stupid jokes. I've made, God knows, terrible jokes on the channel. If you're making as much content as Ethan is.
Yeah, but I'm like, the difference between like Ray's jokes and then I feel like somebody, because then Ethan just get caught up for saying some stuff not too long ago. Like, I'm like late on React. This is upload. It's 2022. Now I'm talking for like now. Like, didn't he like say something not too long ago? And it was like, I don't even think he was joking. I think he was saying something that was like, I think people would have overall got hurt, listening to something that he said. But, yeah, like he said something about like blowing up a place, I think. And I'm like, fam, like that, no, because you're going to have people out there like versus if you're telling like, and Ray, like, your jokes aren't bad, but if you're telling a bad joke, like, like a dad joke or something, or, like, just, like, you're expecting, like, some laughter, but it's, like, kind of everybody's just staring and looking. Like, I'd rather see that than to see somebody, say something, and it's all, like, a bunch of people actually go out and do what you just told them to do, and then it's like, fam, like, now people done got hurt, and it's because of something that you done said, so, like, I do think that, like, there's a difference between the, like, your jokes, Ray, and jokes that, like, Ethan or Keemstar or anybody else that uncracked. Like, I had to say, like, probably, yeah, with T-channels, if you guys aren't saying, like, no destructive stuff, then, like, like, telling people to go out and do things, if you're just cracking, like, some, like, dad jokes or just some jokes about a creator, I think that that's a little bit more safer than, overall, like, having it where you're telling like a crowd of people to do some stuff. So
like you're gonna slip up here and there, that's one thing, but I think the extent to the comments that Keemstar has made online, it's incomparable.
Daniel, you called people weak and that depression didn't exist.
Oh yeah,
everybody gets sad, you just have to work harder. Yeah, Daniel.
I was trying to remember it.
I was like, wait, like who? I guess I'm like, I always just call him like, yeah, Keemstar, or yeah, just, the Drama Alert channel guy. But, yeah, just, dang, she, you could tell, like, she got something, like, there's something that Keemstar has, like, said, and it's all like, nah, fam, like, you coming after my friends now? Like, no, I'm calling you by your government name.
Generic, I was like, Dylan,
where did
Jacob
come from?
It feels weird calling a 40-year-old man Keemstar. I don't know.
Okay, I get, like, yeah, I get it, because that's kind of like with, the rapper, Bow Wow. Like, it's like, fam, like, okay, I see where she's going at with this. Like, you want to call him by his, like, his actual name and stuff, but then it's, yeah. There's people, I'm saying, there's people out there, they just got their stage name and stuff, and they just, that's, I don't know, like, with me, like, I can't, like, it's just weird calling somebody by their, like, real name if it's, like, if I don't... Like, for an example, like, go look up Jamie Foxx's real name. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be hurting a lot of people's, like, hearts out there and stuff. But, yeah, Jamie Foxx is a stage name, and that man's, like, in his, like, yeah, he's late 40s or early 50s or something. It's, like, it's weird, but, I mean, if I know them off of that name, I'm like, yeah, then I'm gonna call them that name, but...
I literally thought his name was Keem. Where did Keem come
his
from?
last name.
That's his last name.
His name.
Okay.
Daniel
Star,
Keem.
I'm just realizing.
Yeah, he's calling himself a star.
That sounds like something like a 12-year-old would put on his like username for like.
Probably did.
Probably.
Did.
Like Keemstar at AOL.
I can't wait for his audience to come at me. I just love when people are just like, because they don't have any like basis for their arguments. So I'm just like, kid, you're not making sense. You really didn't make it to the real world.
Yeah, they're just echoing whatever their like king has said.
Yep.
These groups, of course, I got the guys and the gamer bros on my side who hate all of you. Literally you, all the T channels, Ethan. You guys are straight trash.
I can, like Ray, if there's ever a time where it's like somebody says some other stuff, or even with this, I'm like, but if there's ever a time where like they say like, oh, only like people that like T channels or whatever, like, no, you don't see like people that play video games or like, yeah, gamers and stuff on here. You can very well, like, you got the proof. I have gaming channels, I got gaming videos, I have a whole streaming channel on Twitch. You could use me like as an example. I'm like, okay, well there is one guy. He got mad respect and mad love for like you, the channel, all that. So like, yeah, it's if I got you. But anyways,
right? And then of course you got
You guys are straight trash.
I don't understand what the difference is. He comments on the same people.
It's real. I think he's making it a gender thing. I think that's
It
all
has
I
to
can
be.
think.
Yeah.
I've got the guys, and then he's like,
The gamer bros.
he's saying everything he can say without saying y'all are just community women with emotion.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it's the same shit.
And this is why I would have loved to debate him. Like, I'm university educated. I think I fucking would have killed him, but whatever. I get it.
you can't look at anything unbiased either. I mean, it's just a big fat joke. I mean, you guys operate your opinions based on emotion, not facts. We do facts and logic. So I would love to sit down and have a f***ing debate and destroy every single one of you motherfuckers because you're actually legitimately stupid.
but he's got to put the shades
Okay,
on,
facts
or like
and-
his movie theater 3D glasses, whatever type of glasses those were.
Logic. Come at me, dude. Don't put that in.
It's like, come at me. Wait, just kidding.
Also, I don't think you can possibly call someone stupid to their face without putting emotion in that statement.
Yeah.
That's
True.
a bias.
You seem pretty upset, bro.
Yeah.
So you didn't send a video back that was like, you're stupid, you're the dumb one. Imagine if you sent that video. You'd be like, oh god, girls, your emotions.
Must be on her period. That's what he would have said.
Yeah.
Sorry for my emotions. Sorry, I'm being hysterical.
Oh, I'm such a dumb little woman. Mm.
I need to protect her with my money. That's what he said about his girlfriend. And the thing is, like, I wouldn't even have as big of a problem with the age gap. Like, it's a big age gap, but like the way that he spoke about her.
She can't even drink legally. Like they can't even like go out to bars together.
They're at
Oh, so she's not. I don't know why. I just like, because I assumed he was like in his 40s. And I assume like whoever the girl, because I know they were saying it's like a 20-year. So like, dang, like if he was 39 at the time of this video, and that means the girl is like, bro, like that, nah, bruh, like 19. Oh, that's nah, cause like with me, I had to say like with me, it's like it's like a 5-year like age. Like I'll date somebody like 5 years older than me or 5 years younger than me, but like. I'm like now that I'm turning 26, and it's like, yeah, it's like I would prefer to date somebody like over the age, like I was like 21, over the age of 21. Let me just correct myself, okay? Because I'm like, I know people would be all like, oh, what do you mean by that? You prefer to date like over the age, but if it's like 20, like okay, like I can accept that. I'm chilled with that. But like 19, 18, I'm like, no. Like I'm sorry, that's weird and stuff. Like it's kind of weird. I'm like, even though like yeah, she is over the age and stuff, but I'm like, nah. I'm like, I gotta be able to like, if like, cause I'm not really big into drinking, but I'm just saying like still though, like just in case if we do go out somewhere like a social gathering and drinking is involved, I'm like, okay, she's over the age, I'm over the age, everything's good and chilled, so. But yeah, that's just, dang, man. That's weird.
different stages in life, or they should be. And he's just like, well, I'm mentally 12. And it's like, maybe don't brag about that.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe fix that.
That's how you get
not
caught
good.
up.
Don't.
Because isn't your brain like not fully developed until you're like 25 or something?
That's according to Trisha Paytas. That's where I got that.
No, it's
stat from.
actually true.
It is
I
true,
don't know.
yeah. I googled it for that video.
Okay.
Hey, facts and logic, what's up?
Guys, I just realized my laundry was going on this entire time. Could you guys hear that?
No.
Nah,
Okay,
yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't get into the mic. Thanks everyone so much for making it to this. It was
Thank
so last
you.
minute, but I just had like a random idea. This was pretty cool.
This is like,
Yeah,
honestly, if this is like a podcast, I don't even be listening to podcasts or watching podcasts, but if you guys all got like because I mean, this is like last year, so like anything could have happened within that like year gap and stuff, but like, no, if you guys got a podcast, like, please send me the link.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you like this like style and format.
I liked it.
And hey, I might.
Oh, is that phone? Oh,
I
okay.
might film more with my team, is what I was trying to say. So let me know if you like it in the comments down below. Also, you guys can follow like my team members on Instagram and YouTube. They have like their little individual accounts. Everything's going to be in the description down below, so
Okay.
check that out as well. Keemstar, if you're watching this, I'm still down for a little debate. We'll see. I don't know if you could handle me. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to
I
my
support
channel.
it.
I'm posting videos every single day now. Alright, bye-bye.
Yeah, I just think at times, like, you know, there's just creators out there where it's like, it's probably not best if you you just go and start up things with other creators. Dang, I've been recording this video for 44 minutes because I be having my things to say, so I'm like, I can't just sit here and just not say. I gotta say something, but no, man, like I do think, yeah, Keemstar, he should have just you know, just leave the situation alone, bro. It's like, fam, you out here beefing with people over some dumb stuff. So, but anyways, no, that was a pretty good video. Shout out to Ray, shout out to all her friends. Make sure you guys go like what she said, follow them on social media and stuff. But yeah, make sure you go subscribe to the Hot Tea channel, her personal channel, Ray Rahimi, and her business channel, Build Your Pocket. Like, subscribe to me too, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.